What all too common trait do you find extremely unattractive in the opposite, or same, sex? The telepathy tax. Partners who hold it against their so when they fail to anticipate and fulfill their unspoken needs and desires. Shit-talking others to make themselves look better. Can the opposite be true too? People who shit-talk themselves constantly. Definitely not to be confused with people who genuinely have low self-confidence though. Feeling the need to post on social media constantly and pretending that they don't care about it, but obviously care a lot. I've been turned down for dates because I don't have any real social media accounts. No FB, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. It was baffling. Some people use social media as a background check, so I wouldn't take it personally. I don't like when they guilt trip me. Oh yeah, wow, you would say that. My pet goldfish died when I was 7 and you really want to bring up having fish for dinner? Okay, wow. My cousin lives in Africa and you want to complain about dinner? Wow, okay Satan. The I am an asshole and I don't care if people call me an asshole attitude. Also the I tell it like it is or always speak my mind people, who are basically unfiltered assholes. Brutality. Honest people are typically more concerned with the brutality than the honesty. Shouting at their partners in public. You would hate my parents, lol. I feel the same way. Anyone who takes any advice, disagreement, constructive criticism as a personal attack. Alternatively, people who try to justify personal attacks as constructive criticize monsieur. Littering. You'd be surprised how many people don't give a fuck and throw shit out their car window. It's disgusting. Acting stupid for attention. Or self-deprecation for attention. Like buddy. Well, there goes 99% of Reddit. Self-deprecation is like humor writing. It's possible to pull it off in a way that's genuinely funny, but very difficult to do. Most attempts at both fall flat and just become cringy. I heard people like self-depreciating jokes. It's too bad I'm no good at the monsieur. Pushing you to do something you don't want to because everyone does it and it's fun. Dancing. Seriously, what the fuck is up with dancing? I don't get it. You get to rub your dong on a chick's butt. Thank you, Skyzy. Back in the containment chamber you go. Being oblivious to different economic circumstances. Men bragging about being violent. Bar fights ain't sexy, honey. These people are baffling. Doesn't make other guys like them either. If you're in a fight every time you go out, I'm pretty sure you're an asshole and I don't want to be. Wherever they are. Narcissistic. That goes to both genders. Overconfidence is really nasty, because it usually means that they think everyone, including you, is beneath them and treat you accordingly. I have enough enemies who try to put me down to lift themselves up in my life to not date one of the monsieur. People who do things for clout and don't actually care for being genuine until they need something from you. For me, it's the girls who constantly say, I'm ugly, and then you tell them they aren't. And then they go, no, I am really ugly, and it just goes back and forth. I can't stand it. No, you're not ugly. People just avoid you because you smell bad. Did you hear that, Patrick? We're not ugly. We just stink. Quote, I'm ugly and I'm puh round. Oversharing on the internet. When I was 7 I pooped in a cereal box and put it back in the pantry. Life can be full of surprises, messiness and having poor hygiene. I was recently told by a friend that his mom thinks of me as a clean person. And this isn't uncommon, either. People always tell me how I don't stink like all the other guys. My secret? I just shower daily. Not to sound superior, because believe me, I'm not. But it's so easy to be clean. And people do notice. Edit. If you have a financial, skin, or mental health issue, 3 things that I never thought I'd end up grouping together. Then of course that should be taken into consideration. Shower every day really isn't something people should have to be told. Like it's pretty much the bare acceptable minimum, and like you said, it's so easy. I don't know why some people just don't. A little effort for hygiene goes a long way. Edit. I don't mean people who grew up poor. or in abusive homes, or who have a skin condition or depression. I'm talking about the average Joe who thinks it's okay to clean themselves once a week because they have the mentality of, I can't smell myself, so I guess it's fine. And there's plenty of them out there. Not taking the fucking compliment. Like, if I say your hair looks good today, and you say, haha, no, it looks like shit, and I try to tell you again that it looks good. If you disagree the second time, I will tell you that fine, I agree it looks like shit. Fuck you, Marlene. I'm really bad at taking compliments. Never got them growing up, so now I like subconsciously don't believe them or something. IDK it's fucked up. Like someone will go, good job today, and I'll just go, NAHHH, then feel like an idiot. Desperately trying to be unique. Unlike everybody else, I don't try to be unique. It ain't easy. Sigh. Fake tans. Like the ones where they look orange. I've seen both men and women walking around like they are hot shit looking like an Oompa Loompa. FR people be walking around looking like Abraham Lincoln on the penny and it looks so bad. Chewing with your mouth open. Fuck dude, it drives me crazy. Or just in general making that awful smacking sound when you eat. I would rather die alone than have to listen to that at every meal. Talking loudly. Not quite screaming, but damn close. Loudness in general. People who have the TV volume blasting very loudly. People who like to make phone calls with the loud TV in the background. People who talk loudly while someone else is on the phone. I just think loudness is a very unattractive quality. Also, and I know some people don't have control over this, but speed. People who are all over the place and don't spend more than 2 seconds on one thought. As someone with ADHD who works in customer service, it becomes very, very frustrating to help someone who doesn't stay in one place. Very unattractive quality. A lot of these people come from large families, where being loud is a survival strategy, so it becomes their normal, and is a difficult habit to break. Hashtag THISISNONSENSE. I come from a large family, but I'm not a loud person. When they can't take no for an answer. This is a pretty broad statement, but a lot of guys have trouble taking no. It can go from slightly annoying to really scary in a heartbeat. Edit. By broad statement, I mean that it goes for both genders. However, because I am a girl, I only ever encounter guys playing hard to get. If you like me, just fucking tell me, stop beating around the bush. Or when you ask them out, they say no, and a couple of months later they tell you they interested in you but they just wanted you to insist more. Once someone tells me no, I'm done. I'm not gonna start harassing you. Just general, toxic, restless behavior. No, I do not want to sleep with the barista because they asked my name for my order. Yes, I was told to treat as I wanted to be treated as a child, so I will be polite and smile to others from time to time. This does not mean I want to shag every human being I interact with. I had an ex exactly like this. I was once in the hospital getting stitches and they accused me and the doctor flirting with each other. I'm sorry, but someone was doing me a favor and I didn't want to sit there in silence. Sorta the same. Female nurse only asked if I wanted to shower that day. I actually wanted to and said yes. She was present but just sat there staring menacingly. Nurse tells her she can be the one that showered me. Look change completely. Kind of an awkward exchange though. The need to take pictures so often and record everything. This should never have been normalized. Asterisk edit asterisk never mind. I take it back. As long as you're doing it to preserve memories and not just solely for the purpose of social media likes. You do you, baby. Being rude to wait staff. Refusing to do anything they think is considered more feminine cause they think it's gay. Not washing your face doesn't make you straight. It just makes you crusty. I may have some bias since I do lean towards more feminine guys. But there's certain limits. Man. Weed. No. You're not special because you smoke. or eat edibles, or whatever it is you do with weed. Side note, shit, I'm not even against legalizing weed. Just fucking shut up about the fact that you smoke it. Good God. It's like the kids who brag about how drunk they get. Squeaky little girl voices, especially if it's on purpose. God, and the ones that do the cringy baby voices. See, if it's an affectation, I'm not a huge fan. But if her voice goes up a bit when she's excited, or I tell her she looks good or something, I don't that pretty cute in a woman. Because the latter is a show of genuine human emotion. Lip fillers. It's super popular right now, but it just grosses me the fuck out. Same, I'm not interested in someone who looks like they've recently been making out with a shop vac. Habitual weed use. I encourage the decriminalization of marijuana. But holy shit, guys, high isn't supposed to be personality trait. Damn, this connected with me. I have a date tomorrow with a nice young lady, and I told myself that I wouldn't smoke at all tomorrow so I could have a legitimate, genuine moment with another person. I also want to remember her every detail, cause I'm crushin' on her hard, y'all. Hard to get turns to hard to want real fast. Making fun of my appearance, even as a joke, it's a giant red flag, and I won't date anyone who teases me about it. Yes, I hate when girls, not saying guys don't, make fun of my appearance, and it damages my already low self-esteem. Acting thirsty or making sexual innuendos early on. Nothing drives me up more. Just reminds me of that old college humor sketch. I'm gonna make it so dry for you. My mouth is gonna be like sandpaper. It's gonna feel like getting a mouthful of sand. Self-absorbed behavior. The Kardashian housewives of syndrome. You are not the star of some reality show. Stop acting like it. I get such secondhand embarrassment when average people post to social media like they're famous. It seems to be the norm now to post content like you're addressing fans and not literally just your friends and family, as most are. Hi guys, here's a quick haul I've picked up from Lush. Haven't been posting much lately due to change of circumstances, but I'm back. Big thank you to a Topshop for my new jeans. They are amazing. I'm sure your 200 followers are on the edge of their seats. The inability to admit they are wrong, or when they apologize and then justify their actions. Spitting just grosses me out. Wait, do people really spit habitually around potential romantic partners? Like, I grew up on a farm. Spent most of my formative years doing manual labor. Am generally uncultured swine, and therefore have been known to hock a loogie when I'm working or whatever. But if a girl saw me spit, I'd honestly be pretty mortified. No idea, but I live in a farming town and all the guys do it, including my husband, lol. He quickly stops once he realizes he's doing it in front of me though, lol. Thinking that acting antisocial and toxic is empowering or something. Not forcing myself to interact with people when I didn't want it was empowering, but it was also a phase. Now I realize that I can be friendly without feeling drained, and also that I enjoy the company of others most of the time. I learned that there is a polite way to be an introvert. Using your partner as your therapist. Man, I don't know why I attract the broken guys. But every date I've been on where it went past the first date, they'd start telling me all about their disturbing thoughts and I'd be supportive. But I'd internally be screaming because this was supposed to be a fun time and I didn't emotionally prepare for this. They're animals. I killed them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children too. I hate sand. Quote, not broken but oversharing person here. In my case, when someone is polite and amiable, I tend to lower my guard very quickly, and it just happens. When I notice though, I try to listen to the other person for the rest of the convo. A recommendation I'd give is that you have to state interest in others as much as in yourself. Let the other know that there are two people talking and that they've got to consider you too. Acting like being a bitch or being edgy is cool. Then people say, wow, they are so empowering. They're a boss. They're savage. They're confident. No, Becky. They're rude and arrogant. thinking they're quirky for doing white girl crackhead energy things. Dabs in Walmart, I am such a crackhead. Quote, this. Like, Emma, have you ever actually seen a crackhead barricade himself in his house threatening to have a gun? And later getting tear-gassed? Asterisk Emily. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.